All right, so after about 4 hours, I was able to finish this Game Boy Lego set that I got. So I was pretty lucky. I got it as a gift. And so I spent the day today putting this together. I was thinking about like opening the whole box, but I don't know, it's kind of boring just to look at bags of uncompleted Legos. So I just want to do like my thoughts and just like a review of the build overall and how it was. Mind you, I really haven't made Legos or put any Legos together since like the good days of like when I was actively buying and trying to get my hands on, and back when Toys R Us was still a thing, back during the Bionicle days and like the first generation, second generation Bionicles and stuff like that, like the Golden Mask. And then the spine, I forgot what the spine guys were called, the bad guys when they had the little spines and like the little gummy kind of worm things on their back. And then of course the main heroes, but that's like the last time that I really bought Lego stuff and really put stuff together, and I really do miss Bionicle a lot, and that was like my favorite by far. It kind of sucks that they don't make any Bionicle stuff anymore. So yeah, so this is pretty much since the Golden Mask was the last like Lego set I really vividly remember making. Because I got the Beast and the Golden Mask set, I remember, and so that was kind of like the last thing I made. So this, like literally, this is like I'm pretty sure this is the only like full Lego set that I've put together. So yeah, so after about I think 4 hours, there wasn't nothing too difficult with putting this together, but it was really freaking cool. Like it makes you start with like the back and starting putting stuff together from like the back going like forward in a way, and it was really cool. And I mean, it really does like sets you up with like really big like nostalgia hit, because like the first thing you make is the cartridge and like this little like display stand thing, and then like towards the end you make another stand again, but that's for this, so you can um prop it up like how it is in the picture and everything. But that it was really cool, and I was kind of worried because like I didn't realize that it gives you two cartridges to make and build, one for like display and then another one to have in the game kind of at all times. But like once you get to like more where you can like click on the buttons and like do stuff, like that's when it's like really freaking cool. And like I didn't realize that there was the on off switch, and it is a little stiff, but it is very satisfying. And from when I had a Game Boy, well, I think I still do have a Game Boy Color, and I think I had this one, but I think I don't have this one anymore, the OG Fat. I have like the more slimmer, the Pocket Red. And from what I remember, like this feeling and this size, it feels right. I don't have one to compare it, but I do have, the cartridge. I pulled out Pokemon Yellow to compare the cartridge. I should have left it out, but I forgot to. And the cartridge, like no joke, it's like identical to it. Of course, like it's like slightly larger, slightly thicker, but like not by much. And then the feeling of like this, like clicking, it feels really good. Like that feels right, and the clunky like chunking sound of that, and then like the weight of this feels good. The little like knobs right here and like the buttons, they're a little sticky, and I have to like twist them a little bit to get them to like bounce up a little bit sometimes. But when I get them like just at the right angle, like from what I remember, like it feels right, you know. And the detailing, and I wish there was like more like printed plates. Like you get like this really big chunk right here. I kind of wish they would have done like more like chunk sections, so that way you don't see all these different lines. But at a quick glance, you kind of don't don't realize it, don't recognize it as much because it kind of fades away. Like on the back, I feel like they really did nail it because you got the really big chunk right there, and like the bottom where the battery cover would be at and everything. Not as noticeable in the back because of the different like chunks and how they're set up, but like on the front, where you're really used to looking at it, and how like flat this would be, but like seeing all the different lines from all the different pieces and stuff. So I was like, if they would have made like a bit more plates or something, just to minimalize the lining, it might have been a little bit better. Or not so easily identifiable as a Lego, but I mean, it still does really good. Like, and it was pretty cool. Like when you get the manual, like on the front side, the part where you started at, it's the Lego form, and then when you look at the back, it is the actual Game Boy itself, which is really cool. I haven't had a Lego manual in such a long time, so to see that, I thought that was really cool. And then on top of that, on the inside, another thing that was pretty cool, it gives you like a little history and like little different pictures and references and all this stuff that was really really cool. I didn't even know that the booklet had that. I thought the booklet was just going to be the straight, start putting it together. But for it to include that, I thought that was really cool with the manual. And I know that like a lot of the newer Lego sets, they want you to scan it and to do a digital, use the digital manual, which is really helpful and really good. But having the actual paper and having that was really freaking cool. I was not expecting to open up that book and see the all that little stuff in there. Not not even necessary, but and nice, really nice added, really really nice touch they added to everything. And like the only stickers I had to do were the stickers for the games, but they look really good. And then it gives you some more plates so you could have like that effect on it. It is hard to see it. I think it's easier for you guys to see it in the camera, but like me looking at it in person, it's literally that same problem you had when you were a kid and like you had to be outside like in the blaring sun in order to see this. Because it is hard to see, especially when I put in the Link's Awakening. It's really hard to see this through the screen, and it might be because I think my screen is defective. There is like a lot of like heat marks on it that aren't like really smooth. They're really rough. It probably won't show up on the camera. So like, yeah, I'm not sure like how the plate is supposed to be, but there's like scorching marks on it. And this is a brand new set. I got it as a gift and everything. So for it to have like scorching like heat marks on it, like literally like if somebody had like a lighter or something, I thought that was kind of weird. So it might be defective. Also, I think I did miss one piece. One or two pieces might have been missing. When I put this together, there was like a few round pieces that weren't right. Luckily, I used another round piece that was not the right color that it said to do it. And there was a few parts in this build that were difficult for me because I am colorblind and I didn't notice it because I thought all the pieces were the same until like the bag I had. I like in the picture they looked different than what they look like in person, but like drastically different. And then some of the colors and some of the things started blending together. So I had to like double guess myself, and I had to ask a couple times. Um, my friends and stuff like that, like take pictures of it and send it to like my friends and be like, "Hey, is this the same color?" Because I was confused because a lot of the inside parts, there's a lot of different colors going on, and a lot of red and green. There was a few parts that were red and green, and they were right next to each other, so I could not tell them apart at all. And then like even like some of the golden pieces, um, I really couldn't see the golden ones. They looked similar to another piece in there. I'm not sure if it was different or not, or if it was the lighting playing tricks on me or something. But that was like the only difficult part was some of the colors were really similar on the inside. Um, but I mean, once you look at it on the outside, it's all the same grayish colors and the buttons and everything. From what I remember it being and everything like that. But I mean, the build overall was really easy, pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy. A lot of interesting pieces and a lot of interesting things they had to do to get like the buttons to click and like kind of like that's like my favorite part is like the buttons clicking. The screen having the effect is really cool. Like putting in the cartridge, the click that it has, it's not the exact same click as like a real cartridge, but there's some good like force feedback that you get from clicking it in, and it's pretty good in there. Um, the headphone jack being on the bottom, and everything just looks and feels right. And then I'm not sure if they put a random date for. Oh, I think that might be the date it came out. 1989, 1989 4/21. I think that's the day it came out. Um, because I was like, that'd be interesting if they. Is that a random number or is that the? I think it says in here somewhere. The official date it came out. Yeah, I think that is the day it came out, 1999. Yeah, I think that is the day it came out. So overall, it's like really freaking cool. Unfortunately, I don't have a display case right now, because I would definitely want to put this with my other Game Boys, and then of course I'm gonna try to keep the box for as long as I can. It's not too big of a box. It definitely could have been smaller because like the biggest bag was only like half the size, but I think they wanted to make the box big, um, to just have more presence on the shelf or something. And it is a really like for what you get for me personally, I feel like it's a really good price, you know? Um, it's supposed to be like 60 bucks. So 60 bucks feels like a really good price for like, the cartridges, the different little plates you get, like the buttons, like how they'll feel, like all like the moving parts of it, feel so accurate and feel so right. So it was really cool putting it together. Like I was really like blown away by the look and feel, like when I was all done with everything. And like I don't know how the heck they got that. They must have had so much light for that picture because it's so hard to see that lens in particular. Super hard to see it. Um, so I feel like it's definitely worth it. I mean, if you can get it like on sale for like 40 bucks or something, like that would be crazy good steal. Um, it took me about 4 hours. Maybe it could take somebody else a little bit less. I would say like give or take an hour. Um, or maybe like for like kids, it might be a little bit longer. Or maybe less. Maybe they'll be able to speed through it or something. But I would say, yeah, a 3 to 4 hour build at 60 bucks. And like if you own the Game Boy or any of the Game Boy Pocket or anything like that, like this just feels and looks so cool. And then having the added effect of a stand, and then a stand for this, and then these go in the back of the little stand and everything. I'm not going to keep them in there because with these type of little lenses, it's really easy to scratch and scuff up these. So that's why I put them in these little bags to prevent them from getting scuffed up, and just protecting them. Because this, I mean, I could try to shove them all in here, but I'll just keep in the one for now, and then of course keep the extra game in the back. You can even see that right there and everything. But yeah, so I mean, it's a really cool, really cool build. Um, you know, overall, and maybe maybe later I'll get another Lego set or two, but for now I think this is pretty good, and it's a really satisfying build overall. So that's all I got for this one. So thanks for watching.